Good morning. We've been having so much fun here at the Reagan Library in Simi Valley. They have a brand new exhibit called Star Wars and SDI, where you can learn more about Star Wars, but also about the history from President Reagan. To tell us more about it, I'm now joined with Melissa. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, thank you.
Tell us more about this portion of the exhibit.
Yeah, so this is talking about, as you said, Ronald Reagan's Strategic Defense Initiative, or SDI. In March of 1983, he made an address to the nation where he launched the Strategic Defense Initiative, which in sum was a research program designed to come up with ways to stop a nuclear attack if it happened. Now, we're standing next to an actual CLE, a launch console that was used until 2018, and its purpose was to communicate with the ground inceptors to actually initiate and launch one if it had to stop a nuclear attack.
Yes, and I know we want to talk about the missile, too, that's here. This is an actual artifact here, too.
Right. So when Ronald Reagan was talking about the Strategic Defense Initiative, he kept saying it's not about war, which is why he didn't like the connection with Star Wars. To him, it wasn't about war, it was about peace. It wasn't about retaliation, it was about prevention. It wasn't about fear, it was about hope. And so one of the things Ronald Reagan did was work with Mikhail Gorbachev from the Soviet Union, and in 1987, they signed the INF Treaty, which actually brought an end to all the intermediate nuclear missiles. All of the missiles were destroyed. We actually have pieces of destroyed missiles in our cases. This is an actual missile. They saved 15 for educational purposes. This is an actual, would have been a nuclear missile, of course deactivated, from the Cold War that was saved, again, for educational purposes, here on display at the Reagan Library.
And tell us about some of the other artifacts inside of here, too.
Yeah, so this exhibition has memos from President Reagan and his administration. They didn't want it to be called Star Wars. There's memos of them talking about changing the name to the Strategic Space Shield. That didn't stick. We have memos from Margaret Thatcher talking about how they felt about SDI. We have models of the EKV items that would be used today to stop a nuclear attack. There's just so many different things in here, speeches from President Reagan, really to help educate people on what SDI is all about.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for joining us. So many cool things here at the Reagan Library in general, but especially at this new exhibit. You can learn a lot about Star Wars and President Reagan. You've definitely got to come check it out. It runs through September 8th. I'll send it back to you.